Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at news from our city, from our state, and our country. And this week, where we give away memberships to the International Friendship. Stop fiddling with the microphone. Where we give away memberships to the International Friendship Club. This is our third day of a week-long giveaway of free memberships, each one valued 500 pesos, but they all have amazing discounts in local businesses, in local restaurants, and you also get additional benefits as a member to all the buffet of experiences, courses, lectures, and all kinds of chingaderas that the International Friendship Club is up to. It is amazing. It is amazing. Ever since we interviewed the president a few weeks ago, I can't stop being amazed at all the things that the International Friendship Club does that we didn't know about. I mean, not only do they do the cleft palate clinics, they do the home tours, they also provide umbrella support for a number of organizations. But I'm going to stop gushing about this and start with our program, which includes news. Believe it or not, we have a couple of important, interesting news, I think. And of course, we will reveal the word of the day for you to be eligible to win one of these memberships in a moment. But first, let us take a quick look at the news. We start with 9 important projects that were authorized by the City Council. These are projects that are happening through the city that include streets that are going to be paved with hydraulic concrete and domes in schools and sport facilities. This is all great news. We may not see it happening in the neighborhoods where we spend most of our time, but do know that the local government is keeping itself busy planning all kinds of improvements for our city. Now, as the year comes to an end, it is estimated that some 200,000 tourists will spend Christmas and New Year's Eve in Puerto Vallarta, resulting in some 3,880 million pesos in revenue for the city. My question to you, of course, is will you stay put? Will you go out? Feel free to share with us your plans for the year's end and for Christmas, and I shall reveal mine if you care to know what I'm going to be up to. And let's go back to our news because we have other things that I want to show you. In other news, Mayor Munguia, oh no, that was from yesterday. Never mind. We're not going to talk about this because we already talked about this yesterday, but I want to set up this bit of news with a map. Now, let's say that you are here somewhere in the vicinity of Bucerias and La Cruz de Guanacaxtle, or maybe you are in Punta Mita and Points North, or maybe you are in Sayulita or thereabouts, and you need to get to Puerto Vallarta's airport in a hurry. Now, the first thing that you do is you head south, and right now when you want to head south, this is what we do. We take Highway 200 all the way to the airport. But check above the highway, the path of the brand new, yet to be inaugurated final stretch in the highway from Guadalajara is already on Google Maps. So in April, you will be able to take this brand new shortcut. It looks longer, but it is actually faster because there are no traffic lights. And so this means that if you are headed to the airport from any of these points or this general area, you are going to be able to get all the way to the airport in 15 minutes or thereabouts. Why? Because there are no traffic lights, there are no stops, there is no nothing. It's the new direct toll-free highway. But there is a catch. You see, As the finishing touches are taken care of in the conclusion of this new highway, we now know how much the toll is going to be for the final stretch. You can get on the new highway right before Bucerias and be at the airport in less than 15 minutes, but it will set you back 223 pesos if you are driving a car. And I shall say, ouch. Of course, this highway is not meant for short rides. It is meant for people to travel on the highway. So it is one of those things in which if you were thinking that you were going to be able to take advantage of this to get to the airport quickly, we can hope that traffic on the old highway, the 200 highway that we know and hate, will be decreased once some of the vehicles are taking the new toll-free road, and I'm talking about vehicles that are coming from further away. And now let's take a look at the weather forecast and see what's going on out there. There it is. Jesus, rocket jumping Christ, it's partly cloudy, says our snarky weather forecast. It is actually 22 degrees out there. That is quite chilly for Puerto Vallarta standards. Humidity is at 76%. And our weather forecast tells us that today will be a humid day with mostly cloudy skies throughout the day, with a high of 27 and a low of 18. Tomorrow, Thursday, we can expect mostly clear skies in the morning with rain. Rain in the afternoon? I'll believe that when I see it. 27 degrees is going to be our high temperature, and 17 degrees will be our lowest. And then Friday, we'll have a humid day with clear skies and a high of 28 and a low of 18. And this takes care of our first batch of news. And now let us take a look at this. Boom, 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 boom. Hold on. This is now our official giveaway moment. As you know, we're doing this, and I'm sure you're waiting for the word you should be typing in your comments to be eligible. So let's get on to that, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of history, more history about the International Friendship Club. The funding in both the early days and now would not have been possible without our generous homeowners allowing us to use their homes for our now famous home tours. Without the homes and home tours, there would be no cleft palate program. This is important. In addition to our cleft palate program, we also contribute to over 18 additional charities supporting women and children in our community. The International Friendship Club is a registered charitable organization in Mexico listed as Club Internacional de la Amistad. The IFC has one part-time employee. Otherwise, it is operated solely by its generous, dedicated, awesome volunteers. And as you have probably already guessed, our word of the day is registered. And this is not only the word of the day, it is also important to keep in mind that if you are going to choose to support a nonprofit in Puerto Vallarta or anywhere you are, you want to know that your money will go where it's supposed to go. And this many times has to do with proper finances and proper books and proper nonprofit status registration here in Mexico if you're talking about a local nonprofit. So do keep this in mind, and we will start collecting all these magic words in a second. First, I want to tell you a story that has very little to do with Puerto Vallarta, but truly warmed my heart this morning. This past day of the Virgin of Guadalupe, thousands of pilgrims found their way to the Basilica in Mexico City, some accompanied by their dogs, despite the fact that it is discouraged that you bring your own dog to the pilgrimages, and some accompanied by latch-on dogs. Now, think about that phrase for a minute, latch-on dogs. You're a happy homeless dog somewhere out in the world, and all of a sudden, you see a caravan of migrants walking by, and you figure, well, these folks seem like really friendly people. And people that are doing the pilgrimage are encouraged to be kind to animals as they go by. So if you're a stray dog, you may think, well, I'm going to latch on to these dudes because they seem to be nice and friendly, and they're providing me love and food and so forth and so on. But what happens to all these dogs once the pilgrims get to Mexico City? Who gets to look after them? Well, Mexico City has this figured out. There is an agency for animal attention responsible for providing support for dozens of dogs with food, water, and medical support, and in some cases, for the stray dogs, finding them a forever home as well. And I thought that was really sweet because, you think about your pilgrimage, but, once you get to where you're supposed to be, does every pilgrim think about the dogs that latched on along the way? Hopefully some do, but we don't know for a fact. It's just good to know that there is an agency out there that is dedicated to doing this. How fun. And of course, this afternoon is our spotlight, which I'm excited about. Both Jordan and Gina have confirmed that they're going to join me. Derek is still recovering from dengue, so I'm hoping that Derek will join us. And if not, Derek, I want you to know that I hope you feel better. And as soon as you're up for it, if you're not coming today, just let me know, and I'll just latch you onto the next available program. Yes, program, show, whatever. Spotlight, that's what I'm trying to say. Just like we latched on to, as you can see, we added Gouda Gabor as an emergency latch on because this was the only day in which she could come, and I'm excited about that. Of course, tomorrow is my jazz presentation. If you are looking to chill for a couple of hours and just be in a nice room surrounded by like-minded people, put your phone away and just focus on some interesting and fun music knowledge. Tomorrow at 5 p.m., I'll be at the joint doing my thing, and I hope to see you. And I also want to mention this. I may have said last week that this pop-up art show was going to be last weekend, but it's not. It's not until the 22nd, so it is this Sunday. If you wish to join Hecho a Mano in their latest pop-up art show, if you have a last-minute Christmas gift that you wish to give to someone, this is where you want to be. It's going to be in Colonia 5 de Diciembre. I hope it is a very successful event. And I am seeing that some of you are writing registered with uppercase. Some of you are writing registered with lowercase. Before we start, I'm going to suggest that you write registered with lowercase, just in case. I'm not sure that the system will recognize your magic word with the uppercase. And now that I put that announcement out there, let me start setting up the giveaway. Give me 1 second. We are going to share the giveaway screen. There it is. And I want to show it to you. Hold on just a second. In the meantime, make sure that you are writing registered with lowercase. We are going to start our giveaway, which today, as before, includes giving away 6 memberships. Let me whip out my list of past winners. As you know, and as I've been mentioning, at the end of the week, we will forward this list to our nice friends at the Friendship Club so that you can then in turn get in touch with them and say, hey, this is my name, I am a winner. And that's how you are going to receive your membership. Okay, I think we're good to go. We have, 25 entries. That is fantastic. So let's start drawing. And our first drawing goes to none other than da 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 da. No, Michael Salvaggio. Fantastic. Let me write this down. Michael Salvaggio. Hooray. And now we draw again. Second winner of today is going to be da 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 da. Judy Bush. Yay. Let me write that down. This is so much fun. Judy Bush. And now let's draw again for the third winner of today. And the third winner for today is Pamela Shepard, our dear friend Pamela. Congratulations. Let me write this down. Got it. And now for the fourth winner of today. This is so much fun. I love giving things away. Our fourth winner today is none other than the fabulous Suzanne Carol Lilly. But Suzanne, you already won. You already won. You won yesterday. So what am I to do? I have two choices. I can have you have a second membership and you can gift it to somebody else, which is kind of complicated. So what I'm going to do is say, Suzanne, congratulations, you already won. I am going to give this membership to somebody else who hasn't won already. So Suzanne, you won yesterday and you're not winning today. So there. House rules. Let's see. Laura Lynn Cameron. I love it. Queen of Question has won a membership. Laura Lynn Cameron. Fantastic. Now let's do, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 2 more to go. Boom. Da 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 da. Ba da da ba 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 ba. Spence, you know, that's worth it. I mean, this is perfect because Spencer was a kind donor of a few memberships for this giveaway. So it's only fair in my book that Spencer happens to be a lucky winner. So Spencer Tracy Lutz, congratulations. And our last giveaway of today, we'll have more to give away tomorrow, but our last membership to give away today goes to Fred Aidson. And I hope I pronounce your name properly. And I write your name down. Fred Aidson. Yay. And this brings us to the end of our giveaway for today and the beginning of looking at your comments. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Ba da da bum bum. Lots of good mornings. Thank you very much. Lots of hellos, which I very much appreciate. Not flagship friendship. That is correct. We're going to have a new word every single day based on the wonderful talking points that Beth sent me about the International Friendship Club. Beth, I tell you, you would want to have a volunteer like Beth Tesler in your organization. Find her. Try to convince her to go volunteer with you. You're probably going to fail because she's amazing. She is in charge of the memberships, and she works in home tours, and she is so freaking organized. It's not even funny. She sent me this amazing spreadsheet. She has been just beautiful in this whole process. So Beth, mwah, thank you for being so awesome and enjoying volunteering as much as you do. You are amazing. But what's going on the Malecon? Why does it smell? Ew. I want to know about this. And regarding New Year's Eve, says Muffin, I see Vallarta Independiente reporting they've announced a drone show this year rather than fireworks. This is why it's taken them this long to get Christmas tree up this year. Interesting news. I didn't even know we were going to have a drone show. This will be new and interesting. And I think it would be fun to watch. And I'm going to tell you something. Drones don't pop. There are no bombs in drone shows. So if we end up having drones instead of fireworks, we may end up having a very quiet New Year's Eve, which would be great, according to some dogs living according to some dogs living in the city. Larcito's coming home and my life gets brighter. That's all I'm going to say. What? Pamela says, hi, my precious hooker. I know she's referring to me because we both crochet. I am going in a whole new direction and it involves pepper jelly. Good to know your pepper jelly is delish, so I'm sure you're keeping yourself busy and I love it. Paula is counting 60 days. And I see a lot of registered comments. I love it. I love it. And then da 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 da. I love that there is a dog support agency. You know, Karen, I love that too. I thought it was, that's why I brought this news to the table today. I mean, it has very little to do with us, but how comforting to know that something wonderful is being done on behalf of dogs elsewhere. Yay, Jordan Carnegie is amazing, and his show Hedwig is my favorite musical event. Get tickets on Eventbrite for his opening on January 5th. We saw it last year, and it was amazing. That is a great endorsement. I'm looking forward to hearing more about this show this afternoon, so it'll be a lot of fun as I pick my nose. La, 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 la. Somebody, hey, Jim. Jim also saw the show last season. This is good to know. And what else do we have? Doom, 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 boom, 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 boom. Actually, Suzanne was watching live yesterday as well. That's why she was eligible twice. But let's spread some love, friends. If you already want a membership, you probably don't need two of them. And if you need two of them, well, they're not that expensive. And they pay for themselves. Do they contact us by email when you win? No, it's going to be the other way around because I don't know your email addresses, and your email addresses are fundamental. What you are going to do when this week is over, you are going to contact the IFC at an email address that I'm going to give you, and you are going to very nicely write, hi, I am Monica Zimmer, or I am Steve Egna, or Kathy James, or whatever your name happens to be. I won. Thank you. What's next? And at that point, the nice people of the International Friendship Club connect the dots so that you can become officially a member. And that person is going to be Beth, who is here. We love sending love at each other. And I just need to finalize my procedure with Beth as the week draws to an end so that she's not overwhelmed with not knowing what we agreed to. We all have been keeping this very organized, and I'm really happy to do it that way. I've seen the air-conditioned buses in the city. I can tell you the buses going south to Boca are not air-conditioned. Well, that is unfortunate, but it's good to know. Make sure that you bring your own fan if you get schwitzy. But it's also good to know that it's not so warm right now. And hopefully the air-conditioned buses will be used in all the routes eventually. Will you ever host a regular meet and greet again instead of the mini ones? I don't know, Frank. Let me tell you how I feel about that, and you tell me how you feel about that. And I mean you and everybody else. Aside from the very tragic snafu that we had at Whiskey Kitchen for the last one, that I'm still recovering from. Not really, but, it was not pretty. What I find, or what I found about the big meet and greets, is that most people were there to hang out with their own friends and their own mini crowd. I did not see a lot of people walking around and talking to other people and actually getting to know other people. So I thought to myself, well, if you're going to go to a place to hang out with the people that you already know, you don't need a meet and greet, or do you? So we did a few smaller meet and greets because I figured if we do them small, if we keep them to a small table where everybody has no choice but to get to know some other people, then the meet and greet will actually give us a chance to get to know one another better. And I think that was very successful. Why did I stop doing them? Quite honestly, because there's a lot of work to be done here at Coffee and Headlines, and that's the only reason why I have not organized another one. If I get a sense from you through your comments that the big meet and greets are important to you, we'll be so very happy to have another one. It won't be at Whiskey Kitchen, though. We'll find another suitable place to do it at, and we'll be very, very happy to do that. So just write what you are thinking about in the show notes. I may do a poll sometime in the near future so that we have some clarity on this issue. And that's the best response that I can give you right now, Frank. Now I turn it to you. Feel free to write your comment as we are nearing the end of this broadcast. Let's see what else. La la la. Oh, this is nice. Rosa has been watching Wells from the balcony. That is amazing. It is the time. So that's amazing. Renee is counting days. I love it. Looking forward to seeing Jordan later today. And of course, if you want to say hello, you're all more than welcome to stop by Café Rio as we are doing our broadcast. So there you have it. I love the mini meet and greet. Thank you very much for that, Paula. I would work that crowd at a meet and greet. So fun meeting new people. And that's very kind of you, Laura. But what's the fun of having to work a crowd? If the crowd doesn't really want to engage, then what's the point of getting together with a crowd that doesn't want to engage? Paco, I agree with how the meet and greets were handled, but I sure did have fun walking up to strangers, even if they thought I was strange. Well, that makes you super precious, Sherry. And trust me, girl, you are one of a kind, you know? And I'm not saying that everybody just sat around and didn't reach out to meet other people. There are always people that do that. But again, when I see a lot of people that want to have the meet and greets, but then don't do the effort to connect with other people, I start asking myself, what's the point? Let's see what else. Pamela says, I adore the mini meet and greets. I have just fallen in love with the people in the cluster. I would love to have another one next year. Fair. Maybe a meet with icebreaker questions or theme for those who are not easy approaching folks they don't know. Okay, noted. I really did like the meeting and approaching as many people as I could. It was so good to put personalities with the faces I see at the broadcasts. Thank you. I really like the idea of the meet and greets, but when they get too big, they don't really work. My point exactly. And it's also complicated because think about the venue that is hosting this. If they're not prepared, as much as you tell them, I'm going to show up and we're going to have 50, 60, 70 people, then it's not fair for the venue. And then when you are SVP and you say and I see that we're going to have 60, 70 people, and then people decide not to show up, then it's also not fair. So there's all kinds of sides to organizing this that I wish to put out there for your consideration. Meanie, I get your point. Thank you. I did like the smaller meet and greets. Mini meet and greets are better. There's no reason that cluster members can't host a meet and greet. This is absolutely true. Just don't call it coffee and headlines. Simply, say, hey, if anybody wants to join me at such and such, I'm going to be having dinner at such and such place. And that would be a meet and greet. Let's see. Maybe announce meetups at other events like Lucha Libre or Play or other. If I'm not mistaken, Pat, I do this quite frequently. And it works. When I went to Lucha Libre, I ran into some people from the cluster. We did not all sit together and hold hands, but I certainly saw some of the people that reached out to me during the match and told me, we're here because you mentioned it. And I took some time to connect with them, and I think they appreciated it. So if I hear you saying that you want me to be more verbal about things that I do, I'm happy to do that. I think we do that fairly frequently. I think a poll would be a great idea. We attended the last meet and greet at Whiskey Kitchen for the first time. We did have fun meeting some of the people who attended. Well, I'm glad you had fun on that meet and greet. Some of us, not so much. Let's see. I've never been there for a meet and greet. However, I have enjoyed meeting fellow cluster members at your wonderful music appreciation sessions. And yes, those are other types of meet and greets. You always know where I'm going to be on a Wednesday afternoon. You always know where I'm going to be on a Thursday afternoon. And Pamela says, I want to sit together and hold hands. I love it. And I know Pamela. I know she's just joking. Or maybe you're not, you strange friend. Love it. Okay, so... and this is the loveliest endorsement. We'll wrap things up with this. Paco's music presentations have been my best way of meeting clusteros. Clusteros. I love clusteros, and I love the fact that you have found it easy to meet other people at my music presentations. With that said, I think this is a good time to wrap things up. As always, I am grateful for your company. We will be back tomorrow for more coffee and headlines, more news, and of course, more membership giveaways. Between now and then, maybe I'll see you this afternoon for the spotlight. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow morning. Regardless, have an awesome day.